So hello my grannies and grands, Lady Mari here, the hustling granny, and as the sign says, I am done with Etsy. I know, I just did a video, a couple of weeks ago, because I'm celebrating 14 years on Etsy. And at the time it was like, oh, how did I do 14 years? Well, one of the ways is because I've just been going with the flow. All the changes that they have had from what they started out being to what they are, okay, yeah. And some of them have been okay, some of them are not. I don't bitch about their fees because I know how much fees are elsewhere on other platforms. I have built my brand on Etsy over 14 years as my handmade site. Now, as I tell my seniors that I work with who want to get online and start a side hustle, my big thing is do not put all your eggs in one basket, especially in today's climate. Now, Etsy just did something where I'm saying, oh my stars, I'm tired of the fight. Ever since 2020, well, okay, I started in the 90s doing my handmade ethnic ceramics. Never had a problem with them. They always sell well. I enjoy doing them. It's always been a little side hustle crafting thing for me. So it's not like I'm doing an LLC, $15,000, da-da-da-da-da. No, I can keep the lights on. It's been really cool. But 2020 hit, and it probably even started happening before 2020, but it didn't really hit my area. And that is in 2020, everybody got too sensitive. It's the thing of, oh no, we now cannot have things up that say this. Okay, that is fine. So one day they just decided in 2020, they just did a sweep. And they took anything that was black, African American, ethnic Americana, Southern themed, just took it off the site. Okay, well for me, that's a good half of my store right there. And it stayed that way for about a year. All right, no big thing. You go with the flow. All good things come to an end. So yes, I did go and I started another site just for my ethnic Americana. Now, surprisingly, my black angels are okay. My black ballerinas are okay. But everything else got taken off with no rhyme or reason as to why. There was no one I could even talk to. They just said, you're violating our new policies. You're done. About a year ago, and they also took off anything that was vintage and antique. All those people disappeared too. About a year ago, they started letting the vintage and antique people back on. But they still denied my products, which was really interesting because we're talking about discrimination. We're talking about promoting racial hatred, all that stuff. And I'm looking at items that are the worst end of blackface, the worst end of how we are perceived, even to this day. But they're all right because, they're vintage, they're antique. I said, but they carry the same stigma as far as, discrimination, etc. and so on, segregation, all that stuff. It's still there. They're still there. Well, about 6 months ago, I started seeing they were letting other people come back in with their ethnic Americana. So I said, okay, So I actually sent them a letter to say, I contacted them. I put pictures of what my products were and just said, please let me know if this is going to violate your policies so that I don't do it. I never heard anything. I let a month go by. I sent it twice. I got on their Etsy forums. I got on their community Etsy sellers. All they did was remove my question. I put the post up. Post was removed by the moderator. Okay, well, no news is good news, right? So I put my things up. make the listings nice. I know words you can't use. You can't use mammy. You can't use gollywog. You can't use blackface. Really, you cannot use ethnic Americana. You can't use ethnic. You can't use that. So I just said, fine. Okay. So I put my listings up. Boom. My little niche is back. Okay. I'm making sales. My little things are doing well. And then about 2-3 months ago, they started doing it again systematically. Just, oh, your stuff is not there. Oh, we removed this listing. And I'm writing, what was wrong with my listing? Because now they've got so many other people on who are selling the same thing that now what I'm doing is I'm pulling that listing, a picture of that listing, and I'm putting my listing next to it and saying, why is this okay, but this is not? And this has been going on back and forth for 3 months. This last couple of weeks after I did my 14-year celebration on Etsy, they started just taking my stuff off. It's like getting up every morning. You got 2 or 3 gone. Oh, this is da-da-da-da-da. And you know you're talking to a bot. There is nobody minding the store at Etsy, okay? And you know you're talking to a bot because all the bot keeps telling me is read the policies and procedures. Well, I'm reading them, but it still isn't telling me why this is okay, but mine is being deleted. Mine violates policies. This does not. And I've got the picture here, put a picture here, and still 3 months, 3 weeks, I'm still not getting anything. Again, I'm putting it on the Etsy forums. And I'm not trying to be mean about it. I have a very good command of the English language. I can talk without using 4-letter words. I can talk without being demeaning. I can ask a question. It's just like, I just want to know if somebody would just let me know what did I do so that if I can list it again, fine. If it's totally never going to be back on, that's all I want to know. It's just curiosity. I am not bugging the platform. I am not trying to tell them they need to change anything. I just want to know, why are my listings being pulled and my store is falling under suspension or termination if I repeat the process? Why? Okay. So one of the things that they did say that, and all I can get is on YouTube right now because the forums, they just keep taking off my post because I'm not seeing nice things because it's not smiles and sunshine. Oh, Josh. So there's no one to talk to. There's no one. Even on the Etsy site to find contact Etsy is like a quest. The button might be here, it might be down there. Then you put something on there and the bot is already saying, oh, this person's negative, and it won't go through. And it won't tell me why it won't go through. So Etsy is just, it's not handmade anymore. The competition that is coming on who are selling the same things like this, they're getting it from China. It's coming from China. The company's even selling this is not a handmade person. It's not even a small business. It's a wholesaler, right? So you can buy 500 to 1,000 of these because they're not making them. And they can sell them really cheap. All right, that is the other thing, really, really cheap. So I was told buzzwords are what the bot looks for. Okay, so if you put black, if you put ethnic, if you put Americana, if you put, of course, mammy, mommy, mama, gollywog, Sambo, Sam probably, those are going to be caught by the bot. And all the bot says is, oh, there's this word there, gone. That's it. So I don't know what else to do. I have, because the holiday season is coming in, all right? This is September. I have been really marketing and getting my traffic to come here because I'm going into Christmas. I'm going into Kwanzaa. I'm going into, from there, the first of the year, which goes into Black History Month. They're going to come to my site and it's not there. Or else I'm going to be sitting up here pushing this product because, well, it's on the site. Okay, they're okay with it. It's on the site. And by the time I get the traffic to come there, the items that they have taken off just in the past week, I've had sales on them They had to be refunded. I've had them in people's carts for future purchase. Gone. So, that makes my hustle really hard. So the other thing I can say is that to my seniors, if you're looking at starting Etsy, okay, I'm not going to say don't get on it. You have to watch it. You got to know what you're going to say. And there are tons of videos out there that talk about people doing it. The only problem with those videos is that what I've seen from a lot of people is that they're usually doing something that is copyright, trademarked, or it's like print on demand, things that there are thousands upon thousands of sellers. Mine really is a niche. And what does a person who knits something does? Are they falling into this too? Because really, there is nobody for me to ask. There is no one minding the store at Etsy. So right now, it's like, okay, if you want to put things on Etsy, please do. Yeah, I'm not going to say don't do it. I did it for 14 years. The market, the atmosphere, the times are different. And what I see really happening is that just for me, it seems like I'm being forced into selling the things they want me to sell, presenting the things that they want me to produce. But at the same time, again, I'm not selling what 10,000 other sellers are selling. So that means now I got to hustle to try and get my listings up there and hope it goes here and hope it goes here. And they're also trying to get you to buy ads. So it's like you're buying and you're buying, you're spending money and you're spending money, and you're still selling, oh, this just isn't enough. No, this doesn't work for us. You still have to work farther. They're going to give you more and more hoops to jump through. I'm done. I will keep the site just because I do have buyers on the site for my Black handmade unique items. But as far as me taking my domain and sending it to Etsy, no, I'm going to redirect my domain to another store that I created a year ago because I could see the writing on the wall, but I didn't know it was going to be so one-sided. So anyway, this is the Hustling Granny. Yes, I am ranting because Etsy, I can't go with this flow anymore. I got to let it go. Like I said, the store will still be there, but my domain, madebyladiemari.com, will not direct it to Etsy. I will just have to depend on their little marketplace. If things go well and I make some sales, okay, good to go. But when Etsy decides that they don't want the term black to be used, that's going to eliminate my entire store. Anyway, this is the Hustling Granny saying smiles and sunshine. Until next time.